श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे। Whenever we do something in our life, unknowingly a sense of doership develops. And the burden of doership is called as ego. You know, these days there is one very terrible virus going around the world, Ebola. Worse than that Ebola is इसने बोला उसने बोला क्यों बोला किस लिए बोला. These are more worse viruses. See? So when we practice in the Adi Bhautik Kshetra the path of karma as a way of happiness, not way to happiness. It is a happy way. Don't keep the destination as happiness. Make the route as happiness. And whenever something is done as an expression of happiness, in that ego is not developed. See, for example, this is just an example. One day one person asked me this question, Swamiji, do you feel sometimes miserable? I said, of course I do feel. When do you feel miserable? I said, when my joke goes flat. So when we are happy, when we laugh, that time I is not developed. You know, I am laughing. No. But when we scold somebody, I told you not to do this thing. When we are angry, all these modifications, which are technically called as vikara, abnormal modifications of mind, are called as vikara. So whenever there is vikara in the mind, the I or the ego is created. And therefore, instead of keeping happiness as the goal of life, let us make it a way of life. So whatever we do happily. Yesterday, with the help of Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 47th verse, we have seen three aspects. First, we have no option but to work in the present. If we work in the present, we don't care for the future. See? Like this. I am talking to you happily. So I am happy already. But if you are miserable, it's your problem. On the contrary, if you start listening happily, see what a beautiful thing it is. I talk happily, you listen happily. See? This is the only way to live. In one school, the teacher has given an assignment, all the students were sitting. And it was said that children, today we have got a story writing competition. And you have to write a smallest story. But remember one thing, the story must end happily. So, whosoever writes first, his story will be read. So all the students started writing. And one smart child, he finished his writing quickly. And the others have not even started. You finish the story. Yes, you told short and ending happily. I written the story. Come on, this is too much. No, you wanted shortest I written. So he was told, okay, read your story. Everybody stopped. He started reading the story. There was a man and a woman standing back to back. Not face to face. Standing back to back. First sentence. They started walking forward. Third sentence. Thereafter they lived happily. No misery in life. But when we stand face to face, dishing begins. See, friends. So, we make this as a commitment of our life. We express happiness through every action. In that case, you will not wait for the future. That after this happens, then I will be happy. Those who go in the future or in the past, they cannot be happy. See? Suppose I tell you a joke and you understand also and you laugh also. Very difficult conditions. There is no struggle because when you listen to a wit and you have very high WQ, you know WQ? My Q nahi, WQ. Like there is IQ. WQ is wit quotient. There are people who are able to catch the wit instantaneously. And there are some people, after listening, then they ask, उसके बाद क्या हो गया? See, there are some people, they don't understand. So when you understand the wit, no efforts. Where there are no efforts, only happiness. Now you go in the past and the future, see what happens. You go in the past. Maybe about 239 days before, what was your breakfast? 239 days before, you start calculating. And breakfast. What did I eat? Where did I eat? Last. See? Again. After 15 days at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, what will you be doing? I don't know. When you go away from the present, either in the past or in the future, you cannot be happy. All those who become Devdas, do you know who is Devdas? There are 3 dasas. One is, those who go to Ganga, they become Gangadas. Those who go to Yamuna, they become Yamunadas. And those who have nowhere to go, they come home and Devdas. See? So such people are depressed, dejected, frustrated. Even if you take a screwdriver and put in their armpit, they can't laugh. They have taken a vow. I am not going to laugh. In one place this happened. In Thane, near Bombay, there was one school's annual day function and I was invited to give a talk. So about 1,500 children, per child about 2.5 parents. And because somebody's mama, somebody's dada, somebody comes, so additional one. Huge crowd. And I was talking and everybody was giggling, laughing, the whole pendal was shaking. There was one lady right in front sitting. And you can imagine if somebody sits at the end with a swollen face, it doesn't make any difference. But right on your nose, and it became a prestige issue for me. What is this? And I did my best. And I failed. So I got down straight away with Amma, I accept my defeat. You have not laughed even once. I appreciate your self-control. She took her handkerchief and in front of her face, she said, no, Swamiji, not like that. I was laughing, but I could not laugh because I came just now from the dentist and these are new dentures. I was holding them. Lest they will fall out. Because they are new. See, I am talking happily, you are listening happily. Where is the ego? Get this point across. Ego is born when I have done this thing, I will do like this thing. See? Same thing happens from karma, you go to yoga. Yoga and karma is replacement of I. It is not deleting the I. Earlier I was a bhogi. Now I am a yogi. Earlier I used to wake up very late, 10 o'clock. Since I came on this line, they call it the line. Since I came on this line of yoga, now I wake up early, 9:45, 15 minutes difference. Earlier I used to eat non-vegetarian every day. Now only alternate day because yoga. So this karma and yoga is only changing the definition of I and maintaining the I. Such people have the notion holier than thou. We are not like other people. Get up in the morning, straight away go to the kitchen and start, oh God, in our house, we get up in the morning, we take bath and then we do puja and then enter the kitchen. Even our gas stove, we apply the chandan and then Annapurne, Mahapurne and thereafter we start doing cooking. Not like others, bed tea, useless. Holier than thou. See friends, this is not spiritual life. Therefore, karma and yoga, they are meant for what purpose? We should know. Karma is meant for keeping ourselves active, number one. Number two, removing the old impressions of likes and dislikes from our mind. Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. The purpose of karma is purification of the mind. Not what is happening outside, but what is happening inside. That is important. See friends, like I am talking to you. Now, where the effect of my talk is falling, suppose I feel I am giving you talk, moving around the world so many times, not a day is off, and you people don't change. So my attention is on you. But I forget, where God has failed to change me, can my talk change others? So such a person whose attention is on the field where the action was done, they are samsari. The second thing, when the attention is on I do like this, I do like that, continuously I, then that is a very strong personality. But there is a third option. Whatever action is done or not done, our attention is on the quality of the mind. Before we take up the undertaking, during the execution of the job, after the job is done, in all these 3 periods of time, is the equanimity of our mind remaining uncorrupted or not? That is the place where we have to keep the attention. See? Unless we are aware of this. See friends, so karma is done for purification of the mind, and purification of the mind is this: you are at peace with yourself. One person asked me this question, youngster, Swamiji, you have been moving around the world, so many places you go, but the people don't change. They are the same useless people. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, why should I feel bad? On the contrary, I feel good. People should not change. They should continue to be miserable. Then only my market is maintained. See? Do you know the prayer of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu rogina. Not sukhina. If everybody becomes healthy, where the doctors will go? And therefore, we also have the same prayers. Sarve bhavantu ajnanina. Let them be ignorant and miserable, our market is maintained. See, friends, one important principle. Those who are miserable because of others, they are the fools of the highest order. If the husband is miserable because of wife, nobody can help him. Then how to take the wife? One day, one man went home and knocked the door. Wife came, and the moment he stepped in, he immediately lifted the wife and took her to the dining table and said, hey, what did you learn today in satsang? There was a romantic satsang or what? No romantic. Then Swamiji told, you must carry your burden on your own hands. See, friends. Now don't look at the weight of your wife. See, friends. So, karma is done for purification of the mind, and yoga is done for self-discipline. Self-discipline is not a military discipline. I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock and go to sleep again. No. Not that way. Self-discipline means we are available physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually for whatever we are supposed to do at any time. That is self-discipline. Many people are mechanically self-disciplined. Get up early in the morning, go for a walk, come back. Their life is like the clock. Tak, tak, tak. There is no charm in their life, We must have some charm in life. Today I received one email. One lady wrote me, Swamiji, I am fed up of my life. She wrote, you always say, gam uthane ke liye main tujhe jata hu. Marte bhi nahi, maro na. But they don't die also. This is what you said in your lecture. I am that type. And then she said, I get up in the morning, get ready, my music class is over, then I go to work, I come back from the work, they look after the children, they sing that thing, go to sleep, again get up in the morning. This I have been doing, and I am bored of life. What should I do? This happens only because you have lived your life mechanically. See, friends, to remove this mechanical aspect from life, introduce one thing. If you want to lead happily, learn something new. Do not allow the child in you to die. A child wants to learn. Learn anything. Doesn't matter. See? In Bombay, one of my friend, Sindhi friend, old one, he told me this. Swamiji, last time you emphasized too much for learning and I have taken it seriously. Very good. Papa, continue. I didn't ask. Why to ask unnecessarily? So he said, do you know what I have started learning? I said, I don't know. And I don't know need also. You learn. No, I want to tell you. I said, okay, tell. I have started learning Sanskrit. You can imagine, Sindhi or Sanskrit. They could not maintain their own mother tongue and they want to learn Sanskrit. See? So, I said, very good. Do you know why? I said, I don't know why. You are learn. Maybe you want to study scriptures. No, no. Then I heard in heavens they talk Sanskrit. A real Sindhi. See? In heavens they talk Sanskrit. So when I go there, I should not have difficulty. So I am learning Sanskrit. I said, very good, genius you are. But plan B. In case it should not happen, in case you happen to go to hell, then I know Sindhi. I don't have to learn. See, friends. So when you keep the element of learning in your life alive, learn anything, doesn't matter. Whether you use or you don't use is not a criteria. Learn. That will keep the child in you alive, and children are never bored. Have you seen a child in depression? And have you seen a grown-up man without depression? See? Old people are frustrated, why I am still alive. Youngsters are frustrated, why these people are not dying. See, friends, therefore, to discipline our life, yoga, and a disciplined person is always cheerful, happy, ever ready. These are the two purposes of karma and yoga as a path of happiness. Now, this problem of development of I or the ego has to be corrected. And that is corrected by introduction of the second vision. First day I told you the vision. Our present vision is I versus you. Now the next vision is I versus my beloved God. Immediately everything changes. When it is I versus you, there is competition, jealousy, frustration, fighting, etc. But when it is I versus my beloved God, all these negative aspects put together called as ego, they are automatically deleted. We do not compete with God. We are not jealous of God. We do not fight with Him. See, we do not compare with Him. These negativities, when we lead in a relative world, are deleted, and for that, devotion is the only way. See, friends, we have to spend every day at least 1 hour in the company of our beloved God. We have got 24 hours. Give whatever time to whatever you want. Out of your time, suppose you have got 6 hours or 8 hours at your disposal. Out of that 8 hours, 1 hour you have to give for Him. And make it a strict discipline. And that time, keep the regular, your upasana going on. But that upasana should not be mechanical. Uttishta Govinda, Uttishta Govinda, Ajar Pani Liana, Uttishta Govinda. No. Sit before the Lord, comfortably, cheerfully, any time, doesn't matter what time it is, for 1 hour. During that time, first 5-10 minutes, chant something regularly new, not the same thing. Otherwise, many people when they sit, they chant Sri Guru Charanadaro Jarajani Yamanam Guru Sudari Varanav Raghuvara Vimalajazo Jodayaka Palachari. If you keep the chilies below them, chutney is ready after Hanuman Chalisa. One Hanuman Chalisa, one chutney ready. Don't do it mechanically. Take every day 1 chapter of Gita, first chapter, then second chapter, then third chapter, fourth chapter. Then you get involved in that. Anything what you have by-hearted, by default it will come out. You don't require any involvement in that chanting. See, after that is done, then take up the studies. If your mind is not cooperating for studies, never mind, take the japa. If that is not being done, then clean the whole place which was kept there untouched for last so many years. Clean it properly. See? And in this manner, spend 1 hour with the God in His company. And in that, you will discover one beautiful, hidden aspect of your personality. That we are with something, someone higher than us, therefore taken care of. A devotee does not lead a fearful life. Many a times we have this funny notion. Those who are doing upasana or devotion, they have no confidence in God. Be attentive. Faith in God is equal to self-confidence. Because Atma, Paramatma being one, Atma Vishwas is Paramatma Vishwas. See, faith in God is self-confidence. If we lack confidence, then we have no faith in Him. See, friends, in this manner, when we invoke this element of devotion in our life, then a devotee can never be miserable. See? But you will see most of the places, devotees are miserable. All the time crying. God told me, I don't like crying fellows. See? Bhagavad Gita very clearly tells, Prasade sarva dukkhanam ha nirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishtate. What is a devotee's attitude towards life? What is the meaning of the happy attitude of the devotee towards life? This is explained, Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanihi upajayate. Prasada means what? See, when we go to some temple and you happen to get the prasad most unexpectedly. I'll tell you one example. We went to Dwarka. And as usual, I was ready by about 4:30, my bath and everything ready. And others were ready by about 5:30. And there is another place called Bet Dwarka. There is the original temple of Lord Krishna. So they say the boat is there at 10 o'clock. I said, hey, come on, what we will do up to 10 o'clock here? Let's go there, something will happen. Come. So we immediately rushed to that place. About 4-5 kilometers. After we went, there was one boat standing to go to that Dwarka Bet. So we shouted, hey, wait, we are coming. And we ran in, got into the boat and we reached. And when we were at the other side, the auto rickshaw fellow said, if you want to see the Aarti, you sit immediately. We jumped into the auto rickshaw and he took us. And when we went near the gate, door, that person, he said, throw everything and run, Aarti is going on. Otherwise, up to 10 o'clock you have to sit here. So we just left everything there in that car and ran inside. And Aarti was going on. And after that, they gave us the first prasad. Aha, Swamiji, we are so lucky. I never got this darshan. I came so many times to Dwarka, but today we got. We are so happy. Be attentive. Prasad means what? Number one, when we get prasad, we feel blessed. Number two, when we get prasad, we don't reject it. Number three, when we get prasad, we don't compare it. Usko zyada diya, ko kam diya. We don't compare it. Number four, we don't improve the prasad. If you want to really eat a good prasad, go to Gurudwara. They will not give prasad like, small spoon. And the spoon is also what type? Some places they give this prasad like this. Spoon is the one which is used for cleaning the ear. You conjuice. Gurudwara you go, they will take like this handful and give. So when they give such nice halwa, do we say, thoda achar bhi de dena? No, we don't improve upon prasad. Prasad buddhi means whatever is given to us by him is perfectly correct for us. That is prasad buddhi. But our problem is, we have complained about everything. See? Other people's wives are so good. Why my wife is like that? The grass on the other side is always green. See, friends, let us understand this principle. What is required for our evolution, that alone is given to us. See, friends, I'll tell you one example. Once I was in a hospital and there was a patient, and he was given very good food, and I was given barley water and boiled rice, that water little bit, that's all. So I was thinking, because I am a poor Swami, therefore they are giving me like this thing, and he being a rich man, they are giving good food to him. And he was fed up of eating that good food, and I was fed up of eating this useless food, because I enjoy my food. So one day he said, I am not going to eat today. I said, come on, yaar, eat such a good food, don't waste. No, I don't feel like eating. I say, see, annam brahmeti vyajanat, annadeva khalvimani bhutani jayante. Don't waste food, food is God. He said, whatever it may be, I can't eat. I said, don't worry. Sarva bhuta hite rataha. We are here in this world to help everybody. I will eat that food. Actually, I wanted to eat it. And I ate. And all the readings became upside down. It became an emergency case. The doctors came and then they put one big tube inside and suction, removed everything, gave me injection, and I was completely gone kind of. And the doctor, the patient, this nurse, everybody was taken on file by the chief doctor. And when I came to say, sir, don't scold anybody. Nobody gave me, I ate myself. He said, you are a Swami? I said, that's why I am like this. Then I said, no, you gave him good food every day, but to me such a useless food, because I am poor. He said, Swamiji Maharaj, you are having melena, the most dangerous disease for your stomach and intestines. You cannot afford to eat this thing at all. And that is why we gave you, so that the GI tract health is restored and then you can eat. But what I was thinking, doctor is giving me purposefully bad. No, friends. Everything in our life is given to us, which is for our evolution. Take this standpoint. See? Therefore, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani upajayate. Then there will be, all the miseries will disappear. And these miseries can disappear only if we accept the world as it is. As it is, that's it. Our problem is what, we will go to Bombay and expect there should not be a traffic jam. Then nobody can help us. See, Bombay is actually a jam nagar. You can't avoid it. But to be in Bombay and complain about this traffic jam, you will be miserable. See? Similarly, you take Kolhapuri mirchi. It's highly spicy. And you take it and then complain, oh, it is hot, it has to be hot. See? You take your wife and complain, she doesn't understand. you can never be happy in life. Therefore, accept the things and beings as they are around you. This is called as a devotion. Devotion is not all the time holding on to Krishna, 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 Krishna. See, do you know among all the gods who is the most miserable god? He told me. He is Bhagwan Ram, most miserable. Everybody is chanting his name, Ram, 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 Ram. You can imagine you have got suppose half a dozen children and all of them around you and constantly, Mummy, 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 Arey kya chahiye? Mummy, 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 give one. See? So constantly Ram, 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 Ram. You can imagine how miserable he must be. He told me. See? And that is why Bhagwan Ram has Hanumanji. So when Bhagwan Ram is tortured too much by some devotee, Bhagwan Ram says, Hanumanji, shoo. With a gada and you get all the problems. But what about Bhagwan Krishna? He doesn't bother that. You go on talking, he doesn't listen. See friends, simplest way is we should learn to accept the life as it is presented to us. Then you will never be miserable. Our imagination is, if I get married, I will be happy. Then next imagination, if I divorce, then I will be happy. Then I think I should again get in, I will be happy. But then I think the pahli achhi thi. There is no end to it, man. Once you learn this principle, then you are a real devotee. Devotee doesn't mean a make-up devotee. You see Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, anywhere, nowhere, the make-up of a devotee is explained. See Bhagavad Gita, Adveshta Sarva Bhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha. Nowhere it is said whether there will be a .com or there will be in a Wi-Fi. No. See friends, none of them. A devotee is by heart, not by makeup. And this is what devotion means. Then you can never be miserable in life. So we have to follow the path of devotion only for one reason. Now, next step. And that reason is we have to unite ourselves with the divine will. Our independent existence is meaningless. See, there was one useless boy, unemployed, unemployable, well-built, good-for-nothing brand. So, he got a job in a company, what you call that, medical representative. He got a job, taking the bag in the hand, moving from one place to another place. Earlier his language was, I don't have this thing, I don't have that thing, I don't know what to do, Once he got the job, and now he is with that big company, immediately language changes. We produce vitamins. Arey Dumbo, yesterday you could do nothing. Today we produce because that individuality was united with something higher, is it not? See friends, there was a big machine somewhere, I was present that time. And they have imported that machine from Germany. And because I was supposed to go there, they wanted to make it clean there. So they told the servants, clean everything, make it spick and span. Swamiji doesn't like dirty things. So they have cleaned everything. And in that there was one small screw from the machine, it has fallen. Because it was separated from the mother machine, it was a garbage. Thrown out. And then they wanted to show me how the machine worked. It didn't start. Then what happened? Then they got the expert and all that. An expert came and saw. And thereafter he said we have to get this part from Germany. And then the number of the part and everything. And after about 6-7 days that part came. and then he fixed. It was this much screw. Then the machine started. When the screw is with the mother machine, it is costing, it has got a number, it has got identity. But when it is separated from the mother machine, it is a garbage. In the same manner, when you are one with the divine, a Paramatma expressing through man is Mahatma. Let him express through us. And for that, we have to remain united with him. If we separate ourselves and fall down, we'll be nothing but garbage. See, friends. And once this principle becomes clear, then you will discover your own techniques. What exactly devotion means. Devotion is not, normally we understand devotion means complaining. Go to the God and complain, continuously complain. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? Why did you create this world? God will say, just to trouble you. See, friends, a real devotee never complains. Will a picture complain to the painter who painted it? You have painted only fire everywhere. I am feeling very hot. The other one is nice, the waves, blue and beautiful. No. Wherever we are, that is the right place for our evolution. Friends, if you look within yourself sincerely, in Upanishad one mantra comes, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akrutaha krutena tad vijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Pariksha lokan karmachitan. We have been living our life so far. Just take a pause for a few moments, look behind and see what we have done till date. What we have done. We'll come to know only one answer. An unsuccessful attempt to fulfill the desires. One desire we fulfill, second pops up. Second we fulfill, third pops up. Third we fulfill, fourth pops up. There is no end to that. Other than that, what we have done? Only that. Then nirveda mahayat. Then you are withdrawn from the worldly affairs and you start seeking something higher. The first search for something higher is upasana, devotion to the Lord. And by this devotion, what happens? Our earlier default settings change. What are our default settings presently? Our default settings are comment, complain, compare, confused about everything. The worst thing is commenting. The worse than that is the habit of giving our opinions about others. I should not say, but our neighbor's daughter-in-law is better than our daughter-in-law. When you know, I should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut.com? But we say, see, friends, because it's just a default settings. See, a devotee of the Lord has no topic in this world which can attract his mind other than devotion, his glory, his katha, that's all. See, friends. And when we thus change our default settings, then mind is no more reacting with the world. See. And for that, Bhagavan says, Mayi eva mana adasva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasisyasi mayi eva ata urdhvam na samshaya. Fix your mind and intellect in me. Earlier in karma and yoga, the mind was going outside. Now wean the mind from the objective pursuit and the body oriented lifestyle. Now focus the mind for something higher in life. Many people have got this funny thing. Swamiji, it is okay for you, you are not married. Get married and show, be happy, all the time teasing us. What they mean? Marriage is a license to be miserable. Tathastu. Don't justify that you are miserable. See, friends, when we thus take this approach to life, and all that happens is for our evolution. And then evolution is seeking something higher. See? Those who complain it is very difficult, they are not sincere and they do not want it. Take an example. Has anybody ever said that earning money is difficult, therefore I am not going to earn the money? Has anybody said? Because we have value for the money. Therefore, we develop different techniques. Above the table, below the table, around the table. We are not short. We don't go and ask somebody, hey, yaar, corruption kaisa karte hai, sikhao. No. We are genius in that, Spontaneously it comes out. Because we have value for the money. Now when we will have value for our life, that our life is not only ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha. Eat, sleep, then be all the time worried about security and procreate. If these are the only 4 things which we have done in our whole life, Bhagavan will say, Beta, it is not your fault, it is my fault. I thought you will change, but you are not going to change, so I will change. Next life, Gada. See, friends, the purpose of our life is not this mundane thing, friends. And this we come to know when we go to satsanga. And from satsanga, the devotion begins. See? Earlier satsanga is bhajan kirtan. See? Then you start getting the people of your kind. And when the mind becomes purer and purer, be attentive. God's planning is so perfect that when we become qualified, right type of thoughts reach us. Be very attentive. As a result of our karma, good and bad in the past, we get only joy and sorrows. Satsanga and Mahatmas, they do not come in our life as a karma phala. See, Tulsidas ji says in Ramcharitmanas, Binu Hari Kripa mile nahi santa. It is by the grace of the God alone we come across satsanga, sadhu santa, not by our efforts. See, friends. Upanishad says, Ishvara anugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana mahad bhaya paritranad vipranam upajayate. Ishvara anugrahat eva. By the compassion and the grace of the Lord alone, we are kindled with the desire to know something higher in life. See? And if something higher in life we can seek without difficulty if we have readiness to sacrifice. In one school, after my 1 week stay was over, deep in Arunachal Pradesh, in India, 10 children were around me up to class 7 or 8. For 1 week I spoke to them about 12th chapter of Gita. When I was going, all the girls, small, 10, 12 years age, Kamini, you are going, you should stay here. I said, okay, I'll again come now, let me go. Okay, we have got a gift for you. I said, please give me. Not like that. You close your eyes, extend your palm. And who is going to give, we will not tell you. I said, all right, give. So they kept something on it. Now you can open your eyes and see. There was a simple bookmark. And on that bookmark it was written, all great achievements demand great sacrifice. That was the divine message for me. Do you think it is done by any particular child? We get messages from the Lord. If we are sensitive enough to receive them. But our condition is like we dial somebody and we get, oh, the customer that you are trying to call is out of reach. In the same manner, Bhagavan takes his, this Shankhanad communication provider, and he calls us. And he every time gets the answer. The customer you are trying to contact is lost in the world. Then we become frustrated and we put down the phone. Bhagavan doesn't become frustrated. He has got another missile. He takes the gada in the hand if he is from North India. If the Lord Narayana is from South India, he will not take gada in that, he will take gadha. See, when the South Indians, when they say, Om Gadadharaya Namaha. No. Om Gadadharaya Namaha. Kavitha, Geetha. Gada is called as a Gadha. So, Narayana has Gada in his hand. He will give one. Oh God! Now you are communicated. See, friends. And then after getting too many hits, we become accustomed to, how come today everything is okay? And then he sees that this fellow is not going to change. Then he has the fourth thing called as Kala Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra is nothing but Kala Chakra. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatareshayanam. But with the first call, if you listen to your inner voice, you get Kamala, the peace, the Shanti. See, friends, listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice will never deceive you. But when the inner voice says, shut up, yaar, tumko kya pata hai? Immediately we keep it quiet. No. See, therefore, when we are devoted to the Lord, keep our mind focused on the quality inside. One simple technique I'll tell you, how to be happily devoted to Lord. There are two ways. There are some people who are devoted to Lord miserably. See? They are so miserable all the time. Darshana do Bhagavan Natha Mori. Akhiya, chasma lagao. Akhiya pyasi. Don't cry, don't cry. You must have seen many places, they have the Bhagavad Katha or Ramayana Katha. They'll be keeping a pile of towels. And then every now and then the Kathakar will take it. And because of it, everybody cries. And then they say, Katha mein maja aa gaya. What maja aa gaya? Are you crying? See? Look at the Katha as it is. No Bhagwan cries. In Ramayana it comes, isn't it? When Sitaji was taken away, Bhagwan Rama was crying, asking the trees and the plants and the mountains and the rivers and the birds, where is my Sita? I cannot live without her. It was only acting, he was not crying. I don't know whether you know or not, in Chitrakoot, Before Bhagwan Ramaji went out after 13 years of comfortable stay in Chitrakoot. 14th year he went out. Just for a change. And that time Lakshmanji has gone for something to get fruits and all that. So Bhagwan Ram told Sita ji, kindly hide your original form and bring out the Xerox copy. So Sita ji entered the fire because fire is the Rupa Tanmatra. And original Sita ji disappeared in the fire element and a Xerox copy Sita ji came out. And she was following Rama. And that Sita which was taken away by Ravana was not the original one, a Xerox copy. And this was known only to Rama and Sita, nobody else. And yet, how Bhagwan Ramachandra ji did the acting in the same manner. Act, act, act. Instead of acting, we react, react, react. Don't react, act only. How to act? Just like now. Are you not acting? As if listening. From here when you go again, wahi tamaku, wahi chuna, ragdo aur khao. Act only, don't react. See? Therefore, after everything was over, when now Sita ji has to go back to Ayodhya, so Bhagwan Ramchandra says, unless I take the Agni Pariksha, nothing Agni Pariksha, destroy the Xerox and take out the original. So, the Xerox copy enters the fire, destroyed, and original Sita ji comes out and she goes back to Ayodhya. But in between, what a beautiful drama. See friends, exactly the same way, like Bhagwan Rama, Bhagwan Krishna lived the life as Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. A devotee participates in God's play or drama as the role he is given. See, all your problems are answered by one word. Any problem of your life. And that is, this is Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. In that Leela, don't be the audience. Be on the stage. On the stage, the actor cries as if, but he never cries. In the audience, they really cry. And what goes on in the mind of that actor on the stage? Are Dambo, you are paying and really crying. I am paid and I am fakely crying. It is not real. In the same manner, play the game of life. This is the only way. A devotee never has any complaints. See friends, when we live at a zero complaint level, we are real devotee of the Lord. And with that attitude when we live, then Mai Sevaka Sacharachara Rupa Swami Bhagavanta. Then I am thy servant, O Lord. And who is the servant? Servant is insult proof. Servant is never insulted. Suppose I am a servant and our Ravi, this day he is my boss. And Ravi is my boss. So who is the boss? A boss tries to impress upon the people around him by scolding the servant. So when few people come at home, then they call, Are Ramu, idhar aaja. These days the servants are so useless. When this is said, nobody feels that Ramu is insulted. And then he tells, why are you standing like a pillar? Go and get water for everybody. Useless fellow. When this is said, nobody feels Ramu is insulted. But if Ramu tells, Sahab, how much water will you drink? Are you a tanker or what? When this is given back by the servant, immediately people feel, oh, he is insulting the boss. Friends, if you want to be happy, be a sevak. Ramadas, Krishnadas, Kalidas, Patni Das, you will never be miserable. See? Life becomes very simple. And then there are no problems in life. And he who is a das, a servant, he never takes a lead. He just follows. क्या कर रहे हैं? अच्छा वो करेंगे. नहीं नहीं ऐसा मतलब नहीं करेंगे. Relax. No prestige issue on any issue. See, life becomes so simple thereafter. क्या करना है? हाँ बताओ. चाबी मार के छोड़ दो. See, friends, a devotee hands over his life in the hands of the divine will. And therefore, he has no problems. See? And why this is the only way? Because Lord knows. It is something like a small child and a mother. At night, 2 o'clock, the child has to go to shushu, to bathroom. And he's afraid because there is darkness everywhere. So he wakes him up. Mummy, I have to go to bathroom. Please take me. I am afraid. Now he goes from his room to the bathroom as if he is going from one place to another place. But for the mother, it is only one house. One may be bedroom, other may be bathroom, but it is in one house. Exactly the same way, for you and me, coming out of the human body and entering the donkey body is different. From God's point of view, whichever body, it is from the bedroom to the bathroom. So nobody dies, nobody goes anywhere. Take his vision and live with that vision. Then we are following the path of devotion as a happy path. Devotion is not crying, not complaining, not asking, not demanding, but accepting the things as they are presented. You can never be miserable because you are happily living. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.